There is a good lesson in history about a person that decided to isolate himself from good companionship and worship Allah alone. A good story, and there is a reference to him in the Quran. Let's see what happened to him and why he fell in his problem. Allah Azza wa Jalla at the end of Surah Al-Hashr, He says, كَمَثَلِ الشَّيْطَانِ إِذْ قَالَ لِلْإِنسَانِ اكْفُرْ فَلَمَّا كَفَرَ قَالَ إِنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِنْكَ إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهَ رَبَّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jalla gives us a story about a shaitan who said to al-insan, the one human being, Ukfur, disbelieve. Like then what happened? If I was to say to someone, Ukfur, you'll say to me, get lost. No way. But what happened to this person? فَلَمَّا كَفَرَ, he disbelieved. How did he disbelieve? Who was this person? Al-Qurtubi rahimahullah, he mentions the story in his tafsir, and he says that this one person that disbelieved was Barsis al-Abid. Barsis al-Abid. My brothers in Islam, who is Barsis? Barsis, someone who worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was from among Bani Israel. He worshipped Allah for 70 years. 70 years. And he did not disobey Allah even a blink of an eye. 70 years in worship. He made a worship house for himself above the mountain. He isolated everyone. He believed that he could reach Allah alone. He went and he began to worship Allah by himself. 10 days fasting. He comes out for a break. 10 days he prays in his house. Then he comes out, takes some fresh air and goes back in. Like this. So Iblis wanted to deceive him. So Iblis didn't know how to deceive him. So he made a sitting, a gathering, a meeting with the shayateen, Marada to shayateen, the most evil and wretched of shayateen. And he said to them, what do you say? How are we going to deceive this person? They said, a shaitan, one of the shayateen, whose name was Al-Abyad. He said, leave it. I know how to deceive him. He said, how you got? He said, leave it upon me and I'll deceive him. I'll deal with him. So a shaitan, Al-Abyad, he dressed as a worshipper and he went to Barsisa and he constructed a worship house right next to Barsisa and he began to worship. Sure, a shaitan, he did not construct a nightclub next to Barsisa. He did not construct a liquor store. A shaitan is going to come to you through your deen. A shaitan is waiting for you at the door of the masjid. You need to realize this. Watch what he did. So Barsisa would worship and he would come out. And every time he'd come out, he'd see a shaitan in sujood, crying, making dua. He's affected. Allahu Akbar. Who's this wali of awliyaillah? Who's this friend of Allah that is worshipping? Time over time, months after months went by. Eventually, a shaitan came to Barsisa and he said to him, teach me from what Allah has taught you. And Barsisa said to him, Anta al-wali, you're the one that's supposed to teach me. Teach me what Allah has taught you. He said to him, let me teach you something. And he taught him in a word of lying, that if it was to be read on someone that is possessed, you'll be cured. He taught him a word of lying. Barsisa took this word, which shaitan went down to society, and he began to possess the people. Someone is that Allah sent him to Shaykh Barsisa. He's got the name, he's got the cure, he's got the solution. They take him to Barsisa. Barsisa would read this word of lying. Shaitan would come out, one person after another, until shaitan realized that Barsisa is in his hand right now. So shaitan went to Iblis, and he said to him, Qad ahlaktu rajul, I have destroyed this man. Khalas. Iblis said, how? But he's still praying, he's still fasting. He said to him, Khalas. Once he's on the slippery side, that's it. The end of it is he's going just down to his death and destruction. Until a shaitan, he went and he possessed the most beautiful woman in society. Wow, where are we going to send this woman? Hello, take her to Shaykh Barsisa. He's got the what? He's got the solution. A Shaykh Barsisa came down. He read, nothing happened. A shaitan, he said to him, Ya Barsisa, this woman is very bad and she's corrupt and sinful. This name is not going to work on her. Take her to your palace, let her see from your ibadah, let her worship with you, and then eventually when she makes a tawbah, you read the name, he'll come out. No, a'udhu billah, how can I do this? Ya Barsisa, anta walaw, Shaykh Barsisa, you don't fall in the fitna. Anyway, he agreed, her parents agreed, they took her to his house, and she remained there for a while. And from time to time, a shaitan would possess her, and he would bring her into these modes of fits, in where she would uncover herself. Barsisa would see that, until time after time, he fell, and he committed a sinner with her. But then a shaitan came, and he said to him, Ya Barsisa, she's pregnant from a sinner, and the people are going to make a mockery and a shame out of you. And he said to him, go kill her. And then the people will say, Barsisa al-Abid, go back into your worship, and in your prayer and in your fasting, khalas, neglect everyone, don't worry about them. So he did that, he killed her and he buried her. But shaitan said to Barsisa that if her family comes, say to them that she was possessed, but shaitan took her, Allah where she went. Shaitan went to her family, and he said to her family that Barsisa committed zina with her. He killed her and he buried her in such and such place. So they went and followed and they saw where she was. And they came down, they all wanted to kill Barsisa for what he did. So they grabbed him and they choked him and they took him to the king's palace. And the verdict was ruled down, handed down, the death sentence on Barsisa. And how the entire village and communities around this man that worshipped Allah for 70 years. And they came, they wanted to kill him. Shaitan appeased in the form of a man before Barsisa. He said to him, Ya Barsisa, no one can save you from this except me. Listen to me. He says to him, what is that? Give me the solution. People are going to kill me. He said to him, well, shoot the Ya Barsisa. Make sujood for me. Make sujood for me. I'll save save you from all of this. They said to him, how? You told me zina and I committed zina. You told me to kill and I killed. Now make sujood for you. Sujood fi Abu Barsisa. Make sujood, I'll save you out of this. So, Sheikh Barsisa fell into search for Iblis. And the people killed him. And he died upon shirk wa kufr. Wal-hayathu billah. Allah Azza wa Jal, he mentioned in the Quran, فَكَانَ عَاقِبَتَهُمَا أَنَّهُمَا فِي النَّارِ خَالِدَيْنِ فِيهَا وَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الظَّالِمِينَ. Sheikh Barsisa, 70 years of worship, that's how his last day on earth was. That's how his last day on earth was. He died sajid fi Iblis. He died upon kufr and shirk. And Allah Azza wa Jal said, فَكَانَ عَاقِبَتَهُمَا, both of them, الشيطان وبرصيصة, their punishment was أَنَّهُمَا فِي النَّارِ خَالِدَيْنِ فِيهَا وَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الظَّالِمِينَ. What does it mean, my brothers? What does it mean that someone worships Allah for 70 years and he dies upon kufr? You know what destroyed Barsisa? Although the entire story was to tell you what destroyed him. You know what destroyed him? He thought he can reach Allah alone. He isolated himself from his community. This is what destroyed him. This is why he fell into what he fell. He believed, I don't know what he believed. He might have thought that the people are no good for it, that he worships better than the people, like some people we have today. Allah, everyone is a kafir. Everyone is misguided. Al-masajid, a'udhu billah. They're all innovators. Maybe I worship Allah on my own. Maybe I open my own masjid in the house. Eventually that's the same person that will become like Barsisa if he's not careful. Beware, my brothers, that you're not another Barsisa that is living. Beware. Understand the importance of brotherhood and companionship. In Al-Fatiha, we read every day. We don't say, Ihdini, guide me. La, you make dua for your brother. Ihdina, all of us. We only think we make dua for each other. Allah Azza wa Jal, when he speaks about the believers entering the paradise, he says, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. The people of the paradise, they enter the paradise in groups. Zumaran meaning in groups, not furada, not alone. Why Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah said? Because they worship Allah in this life together, so they entered the paradise together. Don't ever think that you're not in need of righteous companionship that remind each other of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that wake up each other for the night prayers, that sit together after Salat al-Fajr until sunrise, that encourage each other to seek knowledge, go out together and calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together. That is the simple secret of Ibadur Rahman.